Yeet! No, Yeet. If you watched my Raw review on Tuesday, I mentioned Jey Uso. Granted, of course I would. He declared himself for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Will he win it? Probably not. Should he win it? Definitely not. I do want to, of course, I'm doing this video because I mentioned that I wanted to do a video on Jey Uso. And this is the video. You've seen the title. I genuinely believe that Yeet has ruined Jey Uso's character.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Whoa, let's not shoot the messenger, all right? Let's not super kick the messenger. Any Jey Uso stands out there, please don't Samoan drop me. Don't give me a splash. Don't give me the weakest looking spear I've ever seen. Oh, that's controversial. Could be Edge. Bobby Lashley. That's not the point of this video. My stance on Jey Uso has been, we'll say, tarnished. And you could say, who even are you, right? Who am I? I don't know. I'm just a wrestling lover, okay? I love Jey Uso. Let's not get this twisted. I love Jimmy. Jimmy especially, the stuff he was doing, of course, when even Jey left the bloodline. He's just unserious guy. I love him, right? I love them both. Together, incredible tag team. And dare I say, one of the best tag teams ever. Not the best, but one of the best. Singles, that's where you can, get a bit, don't want to say controversial. Is it controversial to say that as singles wrestlers, they're limited? Probably not. Jimmy in particular, I feel like he can hold a match, but it is not going to set the world alight, if that makes sense. Jey, on the other hand, can put on a great match. However, obviously both of their limited movesets. And in before someone says, I can't do what they do, right? Let's not get it twisted. If I took a back bump, I'd probably die, all right? However, I'm allowed an opinion, even though I'm not a wrestler. And my opinion is that the Yeet word ruined Jey Uso's character. In ring, that's a different story. But as a character, on the mic, absolutely has been ruined, right? If you take a look back to the work in the Thunderdome era, Jey and Roman were putting on cinema, right? I think, obviously, the lack of a crowd helped those segments a lot because, the crowd nowadays, I might make another video on how much I hate the what chants. Yeet is kind of similar to what. Not as infuriating, of course, but along the same lines. Now, anyway, the work that they were putting on Roman and Jey was incredible. Jey's mic work and his, how can I describe it? His facial expressions, they told the story of a family member being put down, right? There's no way for Jey to overcome the senior in his family, right? It was incredible. Fast forward, goodness, I'm going to leave that in because we like to do that I like to do that on my channels. I like glitched out there because the camera also knows there's a glitch in the matrix with Jey's mic work. Fast forward to, of course, the Bloodline story itself, the height of it with Sami Zayn, etc. Jey's work, you could argue yourself, maybe in your opinion it wasn't, but I believe it was some of his best mic work. And of course, there was the whole, Uso penitentiary stuff back in the day before the Bloodline stuff. Let me Vaseline my lips, please. It's not even Vaseline. If you're wondering and you're new here, are you going to cut this out from the video? No, it's not what I do. but Jey should cut Yeet out.
This is great banter. It really is.
The Bloodline stuff was undoubtedly great. And even before that, Jey's mic work was obviously great. But then the Yeet somehow came into the fold. I don't know how, right? I can't remember when it was that he said Yeet. But then obviously there was the whole case of they're not allowed to use Yeet. They need to file a trademark. Someone else owned it or something like that. And that probably is the most unfortunate thing to happen to Jey, right? The Yeet. I've mentioned it several times now. The promos now, the constant need to stop after every sentence for the crowd to say Yeet. I bring up the what chant again. When if you're a great on the mic, right? We've seen time and time again various wrestlers work the crowd using the what chants, how they stop The Rock, for example, how they stop after every sentence so that they can say what. Jey does that with Yeet. And we saw this past Monday when he was trying to cut a somewhat serious promo and him saying, hey, rock with me, hold on a second, let me be serious. Yeet. Bro. Now, this isn't Jey's fault, right? And undoubtedly, of course, WWE as a business are going to capitalize on Yeet being over, the t-shirts, etc. The entrance is incredible, by the way, no doubt. But that brings me to my point of I love Jey Uso. But the Yeet has hurt his character. He came to Raw looking for a fresh start from the Bloodline. And the work he was doing, trying to establish himself as a single star, whilst also trying to not outright apologize, because he definitely didn't apologize to Drew, but make amends for all the stuff that he did with the Bloodline to Kevin Owens, a bit of Sami Zayn, but obviously Cody Rhodes bringing him over. That story was good. And of course, it was before all the Yeet nonsense. So I feel like now Yeet is becoming, or has become, a hindrance rather than a way to get over Jey Uso. He's over. And I think he was over even before the Yeet stuff. There's an argument here in that there was a time when Daniel Bryan was getting over and the yes stuff became a bit too much part, if that's correct English, but it became too integral, I guess, in Daniel Bryan's come up. But obviously Daniel is miles apart a better wrestler than Jey. But there's similarities there. Now, I'm not saying that people are going to all of a sudden start hating on Jey, and this isn't me hating on Jey either, but I wish WWE would cut back now on the Yeet. Make the shirts, whatever, but in terms of promo work, cut back on the Yeet and the reliance on Yeet. Now, as I said earlier, Jey's mic work in the past has been good to great. Am I saying he's crazy on the mic? Can he go toe-to-toe with a CM Punk, for example? Can he go toe-to-toe? Cody Rhodes? I don't think so. But his mic work is good. But it's heavily reliant on the Yeet now. And it's detracting from his overall character. He's just become someone to push merchandise. And I think Jey is better than that. I think that's it. That might be a lot of rambling to say that Yeet is or has ruined Jey Uso's character. Can he bounce back from it? Sure. I am 99% sure he will be inserted into the new Bloodline business. Roman, Jimmy, and Jey reuniting as a face Bloodline to take on, obviously, the new Bloodline in Solo, Tama, and Tonga. However, obviously then, I hope the Yeet stuff will be dead by then, because Bloodline storyline was built on family. And I'm sorry, I don't want this to be a factor in what I'm presuming is going to be very serious promo work, right? In that storyline. I don't want Yeet to be involved in that. And that actually brings me, I thought I was going to end the video soon, but it brings me to Jimmy versus Jey at WrestleMania. I was so pumped for that match. You don't understand it, right? I know both of them together, they're not the greatest singles wrestlers. However, the story that could have been told, granted, Jey has said in an interview that it was cut short, time constraints. But that, I mean, don't get me started on, wrestlers blaming time limits on putting on a match. I don't know, I can't remember who the producer was for that match, but you don't need a long time to put on a good match. I'm trying to think of a good example. I can't think of one off the top of my head right now, but there are many matches that are short that have put on a banger. But granted, anyway, the promo work, well, I felt there was a lack of it, a lack of segments between Jimmy and Jey, other than Jimmy costing Jey title matches, etc. But it was built, I think, too much, especially social media, around Yeet, no Yeet, right? Jimmy adopted the no Yeet stuff. I think it ruined the match. I'm not saying that, the word ruined the match, but I think it became too much of the crowd, wanting that Yeet, no Yeet. You know that when they do that boo, yay, all that stuff. I think it became too much of that. Obviously, the super kicks and that match. I think they tried to do a Thunderdome era match in front of a crowd, and it just didn't translate well. Like earlier when I said that no crowd actually helped Jey and Roman early on in his Universal title reign, this match probably would have done better in the Thunderdome era. But regardless, hopefully you guys did enjoy this. It was a lot of rambling, but expect that from this channel especially. I mean, we ramble on the Here with H1, but I mean, wrestling, I could go on and on. Again, I'm looking here. I feel like the camera is bugging out. I'll see you guys next time. Probably, most likely, it will be the SmackDown review, but I could do something before that. It's just about timing. If you're new here, I have a job, and then obviously I have the main channel that I have to post on 4 times a week. Not even have to. I like to do it, and of course, I want to build that, but also build this. It's just about juggling, I wish I had an editor. Okay, we're rambling too much now. Yeet has ruined Jey Uso. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is it controversial? By no means am I slandering Jey, by the way. I do love him. But just cut down on the yeet. Please. Stop yeeting on me.
Yeah, boy.
Ugh. Take care of yourselves. Peace.